Well, we got about 10 hours on this machine, and it has performed pretty well. I'd say it'll dig dirt going into coming. It'll dig a hole, dig one fast. As far as removing tree stumps, it's not been too good. It ain't got enough weight. It's a little bit short on power, and it's a 1.2 ton machine, supposedly, but it's a little bit light on power for that. Now, digging dirt, fantastic. That's what it's really designed for, digging dirt. The thumb here, as you can see, that thumb sticks out really far, just straight out, almost at a 90. As this arm is sticking down, that thumb's out at a 90, which gets in the way. This thumb should have been engineered where this thing would fold back more. Now, I don't know where that needs to be done, but it gets in the way as it is, so it should have been engineered somehow a little different. But it does get in the way some when you're really reaching your boom way out there. It creates an issue to some extent. I mean, you can curl your bucket enough and it works. You can dig, but as far as that thumb is a little bit, stick out a little bit too far. At times I wish I could take it off and fold it out of the way. But I guess you could. I don't know, I guess you could take and turn these things off somehow or another. Well, it's either this one or that one. It's either one way or the other, so I guess that's what it is. But I wish sometimes that thumb is just in the way. But I'm going to change this. It gets the this cylinder here. That's the one that lifts this whole thing up and down, and it gets. Oh boy, I didn't do very good. This cylinder here, it lifts the whole boom up and down. Now, as this thing is run and it gets hot, hydraulic oil is starting to get hot. It'll get up there pretty warm. I've ordered a fan to put on the housing to suck some of this heat out, as everybody else has done or does. It's going to need one for that because it gets way too hot. And I've ordered a fan. It just ain't here yet. But as the hydraulic oil warms up, it get up 120 to 130 degrees. And according to what I looked up, that's not too hot for HUAYEE. But this oil here seems to be getting the boom of the cylinder here gets real jerky. I mean, it's so touchy on the control that it's hard to use as that oil gets hot. Well, I'm going to change the oil today. I'm going to take this oil, we'll come in it out, and I'm going to put in a HUAYEE, and we'll see if that makes any difference. If it don't make any difference, then we'll have to get a volume reducer, or I forget what they call it, a cushioning valve, or it's some kind of valve that goes in line that keeps that fluid from going too fast, to raise that cylinder too fast. It reacts too easy. But I'm gonna try the oil. It's got about 10 hours on it anyway, so we're gonna change the oil today and see if that'll help any. Okay, we got her changed. I believe she's full. We've got enough in it. It's basically full. Got it changed. I guess now we'll go see what it does. Take a little while, get it warmed up. Well, what we're going to play with today is a little excavator. It got a little issue. I've got about 18 hours of operation on this thing, and I've dug a lot of holes, and well, I dug up a stump, 2 stumps actually, and dug a ditch, and I've not been very happy with this excavator. It's, you know, I looked at the AGT and it was quite a bit cheaper than this, but man, I'm having a lot of problems with this thing that I'm not liking. It's same issues that I'm having with the AGT as I'm having with this one, or what the people have with AGT I'm having with this one. Today, what I'm going to deal with is this hydraulic cylinder. Now this cylinder operates the boom, raises this thing up and down. This thing is so jerky that you can't hardly use it. You can't dig a flat ditch with it. You know, as you dig, you set your bucket out there and you start pulling it back to you, scooping. Well, you got to raise this thing up at the same time. And this thing is so jerky, you cannot dig a flat ditch. It's just jerks, and it'll just about throw you out of that thing sometimes. So, what I'm going to do here today, I've got a flow control valve that I'm going to put in this machine, And now, what I've seen in another YouTube video, that he put a control valve in this tubing here on this cylinder to slow the amount of how fast that oil would go into this cylinder or leave the cylinder. How well this is going to work, I don't know, but we're gonna try it out. We're gonna see if this will fix it. I'm hoping it will, but we'll try to find out. All right, let me get ready. Okay, we're gonna put this dude right in here like this is the game plan. So I want this end to have the female on it, this one. So the female connection will go in here like that right there. So let's try this out. I'm going to use a little Teflon tape. Now some people say you're not supposed to use Teflon tape on hydraulics, and that's okay. They say that. This is an oil-based Teflon tape. And I like, well, this has got a rubber washer in there. If I bottom that out, I won't need anything. That should take care of it. So this goes in here like this, and I want the female connection to go right here like this. And then I want to tighten this up as tight as it'll go with that rubber washer in there. Bottom that dude out. Like that. And then the male one, it's got a washer on it also. Will go on this end. And the reason this is supposed to be bi-directional, and the reason I chose this one, so I could have the numbers straight up. And I don't know why, I just picked that direction with the numbers straight up, so I can see what I'm, you know, any information there, I can see it. Now, I've already loosened this one, so I'm gonna have to hurry here and get this in here like this. Actually, what I want to do is put this one in here. Well, I'm looking some oil there. Didn't intend for that. There we go. And this is going to go in there, so we're going to tighten this up using my adjustable metric wrench. We're going to slide that right in there like that. Hopefully I can get her to line up. That. Actually, I don't like the way that went. I want this to be a little bit further like this when I put that in there. I want that valve to run straight out like this. Now then. Now, when I ordered this valve, I ordered it from eBay. And the guy I ordered it from, his description was this was for an AGT. Now, there's not much difference between any of these little Chinese gauges that I can see that it makes much difference. Go. Now then, it's got a plus and minus here on the dial where it shows that's plus is that. See, that way it'll be plumb closed and this will open it up. What I can see, they don't take very much, so we're going to try that right there to start with. We're going to crank it up now and see if we have any hydraulic leaks. Yeah, let me go get a rag and then we'll be back. Well, I've been to one end of that valve to the other, and I'll show you. It's backed out. This valve is turned counterclockwise as far as it'll go, and I'll show you what it does. I'm not happy with it. Well, as you can see, it didn't make no difference why I screwed it all the way in or screwed it all the way out. It made no difference whatsoever. It's like that valve is not throttling a bit. And this, of course, there's no instruction comes with it, but so let me fiddle with it for a bit and see what happens and see if I can figure out what's wrong or if anything. I think I have this thing where I can use it. And I tried that valve there. I turned it over 180 degrees and tried it, and it made no difference. Didn't make it, I mean, it didn't work. I moved over onto this side and I put it in this line, and it worked bam, just like that. Now I've able to fine tune it and adjust it to where, let me go here where you see better. I've able to fine tune this and adjust it to where it's usable. It's not as smooth as I would like, but you know, I've never ran an excavator of any kind ever in my life, and I've seen those people on YouTube, and it's a pretty jerky ride for the most part. What I see in them in there, it's not just great and smooth, and it's not like butter, but I think this is usable. Let me sit up here and I'll show you how good it works, and you can make up your own mind what you think about it. It may be just what you're looking for, or it may not be, but let me try it out here. That may be too much sun. Let me go to this other side. All right, we'll try this, and you can see what you think. Now it still jerks some, but it ain't like it was. It ain't throwing me off the front of that thing. And but it's working better, and I think I'm going to use it here for a bit and see what we think, and see how it works. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Have a good day. Bye.